Hi everyone, welcome to Linear Model with me, Sarini Abdullah. For this session, we will learn about variable selection. So, let's say for our multiple regression model, we have several predictor variables, that is, let's say x1, x2, x3, all the way to the xp. The question is that, do we really need to put all the covariates in the model? If yes, then how are we going to put them in? I mean that what kind of functional form that I should apply to each of the variable? Is there any interaction between the variables? That kind of questions should be considered in model building. But if not, how can we select a subset of variables, let's say k variables, where k should be less than p available variables, such that the constructed model is the best one? Later on, we will see what do we mean by the best in this sense. So, variable selection, the basic idea is that given a collection of predictor variables, we will just select some of them to be included in our model in hoping that we will have the best model. There are several ways to do the variable selection, but for this session, we only discuss about backward elimination, forward selection, and stepwise procedure. Now let's have a look at the backward elimination. The basic idea of the backward elimination is that we start with a full model, that is a model consisting all the predictor variables given in the data, and then we do something until we end up with our final model that consists only the best k predictors. While for the forward selection is kind of like the opposite of the backward elimination. So we start with the null model, that is the model consisting only a constant or an intercept. That is, we don't include any of the predictor variables in the model. And then we do some selection until we end up with the final model consisting the best k predictors to be included in the model. And finally, for the stepwise procedure is kind of like similar to the forward selection process, with the exception that in the process of selecting which variable to be included in the model, there's something happens. When you include the variables, probably you need to consider again when you add some more variables. We will discuss it in more detail later on in the next videos. But then the idea is that we start with the null model, and with some mechanism slightly different with the forward selection, we will end up with a final model consisting of the best k predictors as well. So to sum up, we can say that variable selection is a process of selecting a set of best predictor variables to be included in a linear regression model.